What is good, you guys? We're back with another installment of A Day on the Hardwood, and we had a great game today. Only one game today, but boy, was it a good one in the Bucks and Nets. It looked like the Bucks had the lead the entire time, but a man named Kevin Durant, 49? That dude's insane, bro. Like, I don't understand how he makes the shots that he makes. Like, literally, before I just start talking about the game, literally, Harden was dribbling the ball almost the entire possession. This man, KD, got the ball with 4 seconds left. Dribble. Dagger? Huh? 1 free throw away from a 50-piece, missed it. That would have looked way better than 49, but hey, he still had an insane game. Played every single minute of the game. Shout out to Kevin Durant, bro, because he was insane today, man. But Harden came back, right? And although a lot of people are going to cook him on the TL and things like that, I just feel like his presence was needed today. Something that Kevin Durant didn't have last game with Kyrie, when I was just a ball handler, you know what I'm saying? They had Joe Harris bringing up the ball, Mike James, and Mike James is a ball handler, but he's also a defensive liability. People think James Harden's a defensive liability, but his size makes him a better defender than Mike James will ever be. So just him being in the game, being able to bring up the ball, give it to KD, although he did have the ball in his hands a little too much for me at the end of the games, just him being able to bring up the ball, feed KD, have some really nice passes was valuable for the Nets today. And I don't care what anybody says, he was needed in this game. Just another ball handler, another body. Like, if Mike James was in the game and those switches happened with James Harden, and with what happened with James Harden, if those switches happened like it did today with Mike James, and Mike James was on Giannis, what would have happened? It's just those little things that helped the Nets win the game with James Harden. But let's talk about Uncle Jeff, man. Uncle Jeff was Joe Harris today. Uncle Jeff is what I've been expecting Joe Harris to do all playoffs, but he's been terrible. I think he has 6 threes, big threes, some really good defense on Giannis at the end, because Steve Nash keeps not playing Blake Griffin at the end of the games. I'm not really sure why. He came in at the real end, but like for most of crunch time, it was Jeff Green was the big, and he was doing a decent job on Giannis. Although I'm not sure why the Nets don't dig on Giannis a little bit more, because although Jeff Green was trying to get big, playing great defense, sometimes Giannis just hooked it over him a couple times, and he can't do anything about that. Shout out to Jeff Green game, great offensive game, fouled a lot at the beginning, but kept his composure because he's a veteran and he knows how to do that, and he had a great game. Joe Harris has to be better, bro. Joe Harris has to be better. Bruce Brown almost stole the game once again when he was in, and Landry Shamet was big in that little comeback. Kevin Durant was making a lot of mid-range buckets, and Landry Shamet was getting to the bucket and making some mid-ranges. It was really him and Landry Shamet along with Jeff Green during that run that was doing a lot of the scoring, man. And shout out to Landry, because, like I said, Joe Harris is missing right now, and Landry Shamet has been doing really well as that backup shooting guard along with Joe Harris, them two really being the knockdown shooters right now. But if Joe Harris ever starts to get going, it's going to be very, very scary for the Milwaukee Bucks. Oh man, the Milwaukee Bucks, man. This is what makes them look like an unserious team to me, bro. Like, these type of games, Drew Holiday, aggressive the entire game, terrible down the stretch. Giannis missing passes, just not catching the ball. It was a tight needle pass by Chris Middleton. Wasn't the best pass, no, but you're the MVP. Catch the ball, bro. Catch the freaking ball. Yeah, man. I mean, you can't really do much about that. They're so stale down the stretch, so stale. Chris Middleton was trying his best, hitting a couple decent shots to try to match Kevin Durant at times, but it wasn't enough, bro. Brook Lopez, man, wow, he is terrible. Like, last year and the year before, he was like an all-NBA defender, right? And now he's a liability on defense, especially with Kevin Durant on the other side. In that comeback, it was literally just pick and roll, drop coverage, Kevin Durant in your mouth at the mid-range every single time. Drop coverage doesn't work against Kevin Durant. When are y'all gonna figure that out? In your mata, Mike Budenholzer, think. Take him out the game. Put Bobby in. Put Connaughton in. Put Giannis at the big. Like, he just keeps Lopez in the game over and over again. Like, he keeps doing the same thing. And then he kept putting the ball on the floor on the offensive end and shooting these stupid floaters that was putting craters into the backboard and missing every single time. Brook Lopez was very, very bad today, bro. He was very bad. PJ Tucker, I mean, sometimes you just can't do you can't do things with certain players, and Kevin Durant's one of them. He's been playing really physical defense, and it bit him today because he was got in some big foul trouble. And Chris Middleton was on Kevin Durant at the end of the stretch, and PJ Tucker got in there at the very end of the game, but it just wasn't enough, man. So, like Steve Nash says, at times in the last game, the physical defense was non-basketball at times, and if PJ Tucker can't play that physical and they start calling fouls more, it's gonna be very hard for PJ Tucker to slow Kevin Durant down like he did in that last game. But he's trying his best, bro. He's trying his best. It's just not enough because Kevin Durant is like that. Best player in the NBA? Arguably, probably. 49, 17, and 10. That's crazy. Him not missing a minute? That's crazy, bro. That's insane to me, man. He powered that comeback, man. So, like my dad, he's always talking about his mentality, and I understand where he's coming from at times because that was a soft move, him going to Golden State, and my dad just says he can't forgive him for that. But, man, he was, like, one of the things that my dad says is that he's mentally soft, and today he looked strong mentally, playing every single minute, playing decent defense at times, hitting every single big shot he needed to make. I feel like that's a big game for Kevin Durant. Shout out to him, showing that he doesn't need everything in the world to get a W. He just needs himself, and he's like that. And although I didn't agree with KD's move, along with my dad just won't ever be a fan of him ever again because it just something, and I understand it, but I just feel like you got to enjoy a guy like Kevin Durant because they don't come by every single day. Kevin Durant's don't come every single year, man. They don't. He's generational talent, and I just feel he doesn't hate, but like just resenting that talent and greatness is just. He's great. Like, that dude is great. It's fun to watch. And for him to just present that and always root against, it's just, I couldn't do it. He's just too great for me, in my opinion, bro. In my opinion, he's just too great for that. Jrue Holiday, he had an Eric Bledsoe type into the game, although he was aggressive for most of it. Just can't finish, man. They can't finish the game, and they're going back to Milwaukee for Game 6. The Brooklyn can't seem to win in Milwaukee, but they win every single game in Brooklyn. So I think we'll be up for a Game 7. Giannis has to play aggressive the entire game and not pull up for threes and settle for threes the entire game. Like, one possession, he came down 5 seconds in, pulls a three. Can't do that, bro. You're too big. You're too big, bro. You're too big for that, bro. And he needs to get that free throw thing worked out this summer. Whoever messed up that man Giannis Antetokounmpo's jump shot needs to go to prison because I've seen videos of this man's jumper smooth and sleek, and now it's broken. Y'all need to go to prison for life for doing that crap to Giannis. That's disrespectful. Anyways, man, this was a great game. I was gonna talk about the All NBA teams a little bit right quick. So the first team was Luka, Curry. I think it was Luka, Curry, Giannis, Jokic, and Kawhi was the first team. Julius Randle, Dame, CP3, some others on the second team, and Jimmy Butler, Paul George, I think Kyrie Irving, Rudy Gobert, and one more. I'm not sure who was that last one on the third team, but Jason Tatum was just better than even though he was out for COVID a little bit, he was better than Jimmy Butler this year. He just was. Jimmy Butler was out a lot too. I would have gave that to Jason Tatum, but that's really the only snub I have. It's just tough for these really great players to miss out on money because of maybe a couple bad votes. That sucks. That shouldn't be a thing, man. They gotta change that. $32 million Jason Tatum missed out on because he barely missed the All-NBA team. That is very, very tough. Shout out to JT though. Great season. But yeah, man, that's all I got for you guys today. If you like this type of content, go ahead and sub to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.